is the blue. People saying the blues, the blue.
All right, bro. It's been a bit. How have you been?
Good, man. Just been living the family life just like you, basically.
Yep. At home 24/7.
Dude, we're trying for kid number 2, and I'm on the fertility drugs, and man, those wipe me out.
Really?
Like, get so tired, and that's like the biggest common side effect on HMG is
I was
like
just going to ask
lethargy.
you how much of
Dude,
that
I
you were-
could sleep. I could keep my body weight down and still sleep all day on that shit.
How much HMG are you on right now?
I'm doing a lot, so I'm doing the same protocol that I used when the last time I knocked her up. So 5,000 IU HCG every other day, and 75 IU HMG every other day.
Oh, right on. Are you having her take any Clomid or anything, or no?
Yes, she takes Clomid for 6 days, day 3 through 8 on her period cycle. Just like we did last time, I actually help a lot of clients with fertility stuff, and usually people have success within the first 1 to 2 months max.
Another baby.
I'm still on a massive cycle. I'm not off the drugs.
It's been 27 months.
Now, are you on TRT?
No,
dude. I had a client. I had a client come to me today. He came off cold turkey. He did a PCT. His test level is at 39.
Wow, that's less than mine were. Holy smokes!
Yours can't be over 200 naturally, right?
No. You remember when I got mine tested? That was a little while back. It was, what was it, 79 or 80?
Oh God!
It was really low, and so I had talked to a couple of doctors that I train, and one guy does internal medicine, and we were going over my stuff, and he's like, dude, I don't know how you function, how you're healthy, how you've kept size. He's like, it makes no sense. He's like, the only thing I could contribute it to, he's like, you did a lot of growth hormone when you were competitive. He's like, you did a ton of it. He's like, so I don't know, what you had caused genetically. He's like, but you shouldn't be as healthy as you are, basically rolling on zero.
And you still train 4 times a week?
Now I've been training 5 times a week. Yeah, I go over to O'Malley's Monday.
Are you still been training with the Addison guy?
Yeah. Me and Addison try to hook up when we can. It's just hard for me because of the phone calls, so I try to sneak in there and get my lift in, and then out the door.
How often?
I'm on the phone, dude. It never ends, because the thing, a lot of my overseas guys, I do my WhatsApp calls, and that's almost all night long. Seriously, almost all night long, because I don't want to miss anything, as far as communication goes, because a lot of these guys are using Google translation and stuff like that. So it's like, I'd rather just take the time, and, working with the amount of people I am, even if one of these guys gets a call, say once a week, it still compiles, you do, 150, but
the only guy that does that.
I have to, me and you both have OCD, so we know what's up. So it's like, I just don't want to miss it. And sometimes hearing that person's tone on the phone gives me a lot. It gives me a lot of information. I can tell, if I say, hey, have you been taking your stuff? And you get, kind of that different tone of, yeah.
Chase him down for the
pick
phone
up right
call.
there.
If you have to chase
What's
him down,
that?
If you have to chase him down for the phone call, they're probably not following the program.
No. That's the thing. I never have to chase anybody down, because what I do is I set times. I split these guys up 12, 15 minutes at the most. So I split them up, and so they get times. And so they call right on the dot. So it's really easy, but just going through one call after another, and then I do a lot of communication still through Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, and I have 2 different emails with all that information coming in and out, and texting on my phone. It adds. But
your wife probably thinks you're a complete nutcase.
well, she knows, dude. She knows. She's like, she knows. I don't have a a gray area to me.
Yeah.
It's either not moving or 100 miles an hour, and we've talked about before. 10 years ago, my passion and my goal, I was like, I want to be Lee Priest someday. The fantasy, that goal, and now my goal is to be like that ultimate coach that's in everybody's pocket, and again, we've talked about before. Like, I really care about all of my clients. Even the ones that maybe don't care about me, but I still care about all these people because my obsession now is just building freaks, man.
Yeah, so you're only doing like 12 to 15 minutes per client, you're saying?
Oh, on the phone, yeah. Sometimes it goes a little over because of blood work and stuff like that. And at least 20, 30 times a day, I get inquiries about coaching. And so I do free phone consultations that are like 20, 30 minutes sometimes. And those things, are a domino effect, into the schedule, every day. But that way I can screen people to see, if they're ready, to go to that next level, and, things as far as accountability. Yeah. It's the best thing because, some people just, everybody fits with people a bit different. The accountability is great, when someone works with me, and I'm very OCD. So, some people just aren't ready for it yet.
And I'm sure people appreciate that when they come from a coach who didn't show them any attention,
Oh, dude, I just had a guy. He was with a bigger name. He signed on with me 1 week ago, about 10 days ago. And he texted me the other day and he goes, dude, I've talked to you more within this last week than I talked to this other guy in a year. And I said, really? It's really crazy because, I've said it before. How is it that I'm working with almost 300 people and everybody, whether it's through the phone, texting, email, WhatsApp, and I make time for these people no matter, there's no clock. They can text me anytime. But these other people that are training like 30, 40 people act like it's an inconvenience to communicate with the client. To me, that's just understand it.
That's the big name guys for you, man. Like, I don't know any big name guys that are involved. It's really sad.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's, things, work themselves out, in time. People more and more are starting to, see who's real, who's not, and when I make those posts about fake coaches and stuff, and I tell people, you don't have to hire me. Just go out there and do your research, look these people up. And, I've had a ton of people reach out to me and they're like, dude, you're right. I ended up going with so-and-so, but I almost made a bad choice. But, I read your post and I did my research and I found out that other guy is full of bullshit and bikinis, So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, and like you don't even train bikini girls, do you?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't even count it. I mean, like, that's why it's like I see people posting these pictures of, bikini girls, and I'm like, this is bodybuilding. What is this? It means it's not impressive to me. It's the same thing as if somebody said,
they strip those girls down. They actually make them lose muscles. It's sick.
Yeah, it's just, and that's fine if they want to do that. I'm into muscle and I build bodybuilders. If they're into bikini or ballet or ping pong, that's their deal. It's just, that's not my thing. But my thing is just people need to get out there and research. That's it,
Yeah, that's the thing. And people don't research coaches and they just will go with a big name guy because they see that they're posting, their top Olympian on Instagram or, a guy that they look up to, and they'll be like, oh, he must be the best coach, so let me go with him. And they should actually reach out to some of their clients and be like, hey, how does he handle his business? How does he work with his clients? These are questions that are crucial.
Absolutely. Just with the North Americans this weekend and with doing calls and everything, from Friday till Monday, I slept a total of 4.5 hours.
Yeah, dude.
And I remember because my wife wife was like, you have to take a nap. Like, you have to take a nap. But I've been doing this for so long like this. Like, it's so crazy, bro. I can just keep going. And when I do emails, you know, I listen to, you know, movies or documentaries and stuff like that. So it just keeps me going. But there are certain times, you know, taking her advice and just say, you know what, I have to sleep for my own health.
Oh yeah, dude. For health reasons, you have to. But yeah, let's
Yeah.
get into North Americans. I want to get your thoughts on that show.
I thought it was pretty good. I didn't know it was going to be that good. It was actually a lot better than I thought. I heard there was over like what 1,400 competitors.
Almost 2,000. Yeah.
Over. Oh my lord.
Well,
Wow.
we're talking about bikini and all divisions. It was close to 2,000. I heard.
Wow. They did the stage good that you couldn't even tell that it was like under a.
Yeah, so the lighting was just as good as it was at the regular North Americans. They used the same lighting, but it was just in a tent this time.
Yeah. I mean, it looked really good. Um, all the classes, you know, of course, you know, there was always, you know, the top few that looked really good. That one guy, what's he? A younger kid, really good potential. The heavyweight.
Yeah, I didn't have him winning. I didn't have. You're talking about Martin.
Yeah. He has a ton of potential.
He does
because I think he's got.
But he wasn't as hard and separated as he needed to be.
I liked his package a bit more, you know, a couple weeks out. But I was happy to see him win. I think he'll be a. I actually have the super heavy. But of course, you know, that's just my opinion for what it's worth. I thought he looked amazing. If he was
dude is a freak. Like he made Nick Walker look bad in some of those front shots for sure. The only problem is, man, you can't reward that filmy condition. So when they turned around and you really dissect it, you know, Nick beat him because it's just like I said, man. If he had someone in that actually brought that kid in shredded, that black guy, nobody would have beat that guy.
Oh yeah. We talked about that the other day, man. He's going to be just nuts. Yeah, I thought he looked awesome. Who won the light heavies?
Light heavies was some black guy named Doug. He looked good. He looked like a little miniature William Bonac.
Yeah, that's what he looked. Yeah. That dude looked pretty good. Yeah, that guy has a bright future too. Yeah, he looked really. Who else was? Nate Spear looked good.
The thing with Nate, man, is like Nate's a good guy, but he always looks the same the last couple of years. Like he's not improving. So if he wants to go pro, he may get there doing what he's doing and just sliding in one day, and they might just get sick of seeing him up there and saying, give this guy his pro card. But if anyone good comes in, he's screwed because his physique is not, there's no wow factor to it, and it's not improving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've talked times. You know, he's very loyal to who he works with. You know, he at some point he's going to have to go to that next level to because he has a lot of potential. I mean, he could be a freak.
Yeah, like if he improves drastically, he could easily be winning shows. But like I said, if he just keeps showing up like he is, maybe they'll get sick of seeing him and they'll give him a pro card. But it depends who shows up, man. If there's any quality physiques out there, he's going to be rough. It's going to be rough for him. But there was a guy that placed fourth to Nate that ended up going pro because he won his 35 and over super heavyweight class. He Mr. Potato trains him, the guy that spills everyone. And I'm upset because I wanted to compete against this guy because I know I could fucking smoke this guy. And he turned pro, so now I will never be able to compete against him. So that was a bummer. And he was soggy as shit too.
and without saying their name, which dude is it that
his name? On Instagram, it's Chainsaw. Christopher D. Licardi. He placed 4th right after Nate.
Who trained him?
Mr. Potato, Alex Sheenez, the guy that fucked up Geo and spilled him with all that fucking salt water and shit.
Oh wow! Oh, I've never heard of him, but
dude,
wow, that's
good.
crazy, man.
All-time best 2 days out. I'm not gonna lie, he looked his best 2 days out, depleted, shredded. Finally, this guy had glutes, and then his fucking trainer obviously did his stupid. His trainer thinks he's Milo Sarcev, I think, and he does this. He thinks he's a magician. He calls himself the magician, I think, and he loads his guys on Humalog and tons of fucking sodium. And dude, the guy's ass was soft on stage. Just in 2 days, he blew it. In 2 days, he blew this guy.
Cole, you said the last few days?
Literally, he had shredded glutes 2 days out. On stage, they were soft.
Wow, that's not
good.
I don't understand.
He went pro in the Masters.
It's shocking to me. All of my guys is absolutely nothing. We didn't change water. We didn't change sodium. What?
Oh, no, you cut out for a little bit.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't understand why people do crazy stuff. If you're stage ready, you don't have to do anything. You know. I was saying this weekend.
This guy thinks he could just turn anyone into the Hulk with a ton of log. Dude, I'm not kidding you. I'm not even fucking kidding you. He has them do 10 units of Humalog per meal.
Wow.
When he loads them, and then I'm talking about like junk food too.
Yeah, I love insulin, but there's a time and place for it, and that's definitely not the time.
Yeah, like that black guy that you trained, that Yusuf guy, he was shredded. There's no way you loaded that guy on insulin, right?
He did nothing. He had rice cakes with light jam.
Okay, yeah.
We did nothing. We didn't change water. We didn't change sodium. When you're shredded like that, you don't have to do anything. Same with Matt Loudon. He got his pro card too. I mean, it was a little bit of rice cakes and jam, the morning of. When you're killed like that, you have to do anything. It's freaky because a lot of guys, at the end there, they feel that they have to, change the recipe, and they end up ruining it.
But you are pulling water back a little bit, aren't you?
Two of the guys, no, I didn't even have to, because they just kept expelling naturally.
You're telling your guys on the show day you can have as much water as they want, really?
No. Two of the guys, I had to have them go to sipping. The other two guys, like Yusuf, I had him keep his water regular until we were 3 hours out, because he just harder, because everything I document with my guys, so I already knew when he would intake glycogen, he would just get harder and harder. I didn't have to worry about it. So I knew once we got to a certain amount of carbs, I'd have to cut back with the water. So as soon as we hit about 3 hours from time, I had him just go to sipping, and that was it. Before that, he was drinking water like regular.
Yeah, like you said, when you're already that shredded, nothing's gonna fuck them up unless you do something stupid with like insulin or sodium and water loading, or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. When you look that crazy, why change it? There was a few other guys that I seen, that looked good, that were, 3 seen online, and then I seen them on stage, and I was like, man, what did they do? Like, why? But I just hope people learn from it.
My rule of thumb: it's not going to make you. If it's not going to make a second place, a first place win, don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, if it's not going to make you that much better and it can only make you worse, don't do it.
Yeah, I agree. And, if you're 95% and you're trying to % by taking that diuretic, you're going to end up being, odds are, 80%. I mean, just ride in at 95. It's
Yeah,
a much safer
I
bet.
would say diuretics only work if somebody's truly in shape.
Yeah. I mean, again, it just depends on the person and stuff. But I've never been big on them, but I'd rather utilize anti-estrogens and the other thing is just getting shredded. When you're just pilled like that, you can pound water. I mean, you can pretty much do whatever. But again, people, nerves and their mind starts playing with them at the end, and they feel they have to do a little bit more, but it ends up ruining the physique.
Yeah, that's why it's good to have a coach because those guys, those competitors, they lose their fucking mind, dude.
Yeah. No, definitely. You have to have an eye at the end. So what are you thinking about doing? We talked about it the other day.
I need to do something. I'm finally starting to feeling healthy. I'm getting my blood pressure under control. I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better with lower blood pressure. I didn't realize how much high blood pressure was making me feel like shit, dude. Have you ever had high blood pressure?
I had it occasionally high, way back when, because my thing was, I would like to do Anadrol, and sometimes I'd go up to 100 a day, and my blood pressure would get a little high, but
Yeah,
it was temporary. So
I mean something where you were high for a long period of time. So no.
no.
So when you're high for a long period of time, dude, like the symptoms for me were terrible. Like major nausea, you can't eat, you have anxiety because your heart's beating fast. So I finally had to go the blood pressure route, and I had to take some blood pressure meds. And I'm on the lowest possible dose, and I'm still not low, but it went down enough where I actually feel good upstairs. Because, dude, that was my main culprit. I think after all the years of drug abuse, my blood pressure just kept creeping up, and I was sick all the time. And when I mean sick, I was just get these waves of nausea. I'd wake up with anxiety or heart palpitations. So I was like, you know what? I need to get this fixed.
What about lowering the gear?
I actually did. I came off completely for 11 weeks last year. Then I did TRT, and my blood pressure really stayed high, dude.
Wow.
Did
you do any cardio?
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, Blue. It came down, but it was still higher than what it should be. And I'm not gonna fucking. I'm not at a time in my life right now where I'm just gonna hang it up yet. I'm not hanging this shit up yet. I'm 28. I'm not hanging it up.
Yeah. You're still young. What about? Are you doing any cardio or anything right now?
I do
How's your
cardio
food?
every day. No, dude, you'd be surprised. My diet's good. I mean, I do salt my food, but my blood pressure was deathly high to the point where every time I'd go get it checked, they would want to take me in an ambulance.
Really?
Like when I mean high, dude, I'm talking about like anywhere from 170 over 100 to up to 200 over 110.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Are you checking it every day? Are you keeping an eye on it?
Now every day is a little too obsessive, but when you have signs of blood pressure by now. I know when I have signs of high blood pressure. I started lisinopril, which is like an ACE inhibitor, which is what a lot of people recommend at a super low dose. And I'm going to need to raise the dose on that. But so far, just bringing my blood pressure down a little bit has made me feel so much better. You don't realize how shitty you feel until you actually fix the issue.
But you are feeling better now, though, right?
Oh, dude, I can't believe, I can't even tell you the difference. I can't even explain to you how fucking shitty I was feeling, dude. It was like every meal I was struggling to not throw up.
Ugh. Yeah, man, you're too young. We've talked about it before. I just,
And remember, just having a little bit of high blood pressure, you're not going to get much side effects. But if you have like super high blood pressure, like I was experiencing, you're going to have some side effects.
Yeah. Well, you have a family. You got another kid coming. You have another kid that will be coming. So
I'm done after 2, man. I am fucking done. I told her. I said, after 2, I am done.
how many? And you guys, how many dogs do you got?
4.
So 4 dogs. It'll be 2 kids. This will be a full house, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and
That's good.
like I said, man, she's the best mom I could ever ask for. So it's not that. It's just that I wanted to spoil him a little bit longer. You know what I mean? And like I don't know if you ever experienced that with your kids, but when you have your first kid, you love them so much that you don't want anything to interfere with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, our kids were real close though. They're 13 months. It was pretty crazy. Real close.
Wow. Now, when's the last time you seen your son and your daughter?
When's the last time I seen them?
Yeah.
Oh, I seen them today.
Oh, really? So I thought they're in school.
Oh, they're in college, but right now, because they still live at home, they're in college, but they're doing all their classes online.
Oh, they're still living at home. I thought they moved out.
No. I told them both, stay home, save your money. All I want them to do is focus on school. That's it.
How old are they right now?
20 and 19.
Oh, so they're still young, man.
Yep, still very young, man. Very young. That's why I'm like, stay home. My son has, thought about different ideas and that, but I'm like, stay home, save your money, go to school, build a career. I want them to do everything, the right way.
Does bodybuilding interest them at all?
No, because they think it's cool, but they've been raised around it since they're a baby. So it's like to them, there's nothing. There's no mystique about it. They've been around.
Any interest in doing it themselves?
My son just a little bit. Just of maybe he does like little workout routines and stuff. Pull ups and curls and stuff like that. But that's almost the problem of getting raised in that lifestyle. Is you don't have that, there's no real bug to get bit by because it's not something like new, I wasn't raised around bodybuilding. So, once I was around it, it was something new and refreshing and I loved it. But no, I mean, my kids were doing quarter turns when they were like 2 years old. I mean,
yeah, it could go either way though. It could go either way because remember, I was raised with bodybuilder parents and this shit is all I know, and I've been able to make a living doing it. So, helping others and stuff. So it goes either way. You can get so sick and tired of it, or you could show interest in it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if my son ends up getting into it. Not maybe the way I did, but definitely more. As he gets older, I could definitely see. After he's done with school and stuff like that. I could see him getting into it and getting a routine and stuff like that because he does like the bodybuilding, the sport and stuff, but it's just something that his just his heart's not into.
So like, would you be upset? Would you be upset if you found out like he was cycling?
I'd have to have a talk with him. I'd have to have a serious talk.
That's always been a very good question that people have asked me. That would you care if your son started juicing? I'm like, no, like I'm not a hypocrite, and I couldn't be really too upset.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset. I would just want to, if he was going to do something like that. Obviously he's a grown man. I would still want to be a part of it, monitor what he's doing, blood work, everything like that. So if he chose that route, then I would want to be a part of it to make sure he did it the safest way.
Yeah.
But I would make sure he didn't text Uncle Bostin and ask for a protocol.
Dude, I've had kids do that shit. I have had like friends of mine of my like dads and shit that are older, like 50-year-old guys and shit. And then their sons contact me. I'm like, listen, dude, I know your dad. I ain't going down that rabbit hole. Fuck that.
Oh yeah, get somebody mad there.
No, I'm not going down that path. No way.
Yeah, there's the best thing. These younger kids, I mean, build a foundation. You know, I have people that message me all the time, and I tell them straight up, you are not ready for my coaching. You know, you need to go and build a foundation. You know, make sure. You know, and they'll be like, okay, well, should I do giant set? Should I do? And I'm no, just do the fundamentals like deadlift, bench, squat. Build a foundation. Don't even worry about anything else. You know, eat high quality food. You know, it's like some of them want to jump the gun. You know, and they're already wanting to do cycles, and it's like that's years down the road.
I get people that message me and do like phone consults with me. This is not a joke, dude. And they'll be like, I want you to help me out with an insulin protocol, growth hormone protocol, and all this shit. And I'll be like, send me pictures. Let's see what you look like. So during the call, they'll send me photos on like WhatsApp or texting while I'm on the phone with them, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, this guy doesn't even look like he's ever worked out in his life, and he's calling me and doesn't want training advice, doesn't want nutrition advice, just wants the best insulin protocol for mass. Just stupid shit. And I have to be honest with you. I'm like, dude, you are nowhere fucking near that level. Like, it'll make you look worse. Like, you're 20% body fat or whatever. Like, you want an insulin protocol? Like, what? I get it all the time, dude. I always ask for photos. Hey, man, send me photos. If they look like they're advanced and they have a fucking good physique, I don't mind helping you with shit like that. But if you send me some shit, I'm not going to help you with that. You know what I mean? Oh, did you cut out again?
Did yours cut out?
Yeah, for a little bit you cut out.
Okay, yeah. Now it's back. But yeah, no, I agree completely. It's you got to take step 1 before step 10.
It's crazy, man.
You know, you gotta take. Speaking, when you come to the West Coast?
Wait, say that again. You cut out. Coming where?
I said when you come into O'Malley's.
Oh, next time I'm ever in Oregon. Last time I was in Oregon, I was like 16 years old, and I was in Corvallis. And I met the head coach of the football team.
So, but you got to come to O'Malley's, dude. You got to come to O'Malley's.
How is that gym though? It's really amazing. It's well equipped.
Oh yeah, it has everything. It's amazing.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
And if you guys are ever out in Florida, let me know.
Oh, dude, I love Florida. Fort Lauderdale. I absolutely loved it. I was just I need to travel more. I just never leave, and I hate flying.
Yeah, dude, traveling sucks. But now that you're not balls deep into bodybuilding, it would be less stressful, right?
Yeah, less stressful, and I'm just on my phone anyway. So I mean, it doesn't make a difference where I'm at. It's just I'm just not very big on flying itself. I'm just never that. It gives me anxiety. I don't like it.
But when you're eating 7 times a day, traveling is a real pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember those days, man. I would be so crazy. I wouldn't even check my bag with food on it. All my food I would carry with me. That'd be my carry-on. I would have it sitting with me in a backpack because I didn't trust anything happening to my meals. Oh, man.
That's such a pain, dude. Such a pain traveling. Now, when you did the Sacramento in 2011, did you drive or fly?
I flew, and I remember we had some turbulence, and that was pretty freaky. That was freaky.
That's not too far of a drive.
Yeah, it was like hour and 20 minutes. The flight was really quick.
Did your wife go to that show?
Oh yeah, she went with me. Yeah, there was no way. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I am so pathetic. I am the biggest pussy in the world when it comes to flying. Like I would never fly alone. Like someone has to go with me and sit with me. And I take 3 tabs of lorazepam before I get on the plane.
Is that Xanax?
No, it's more mild than Xanax.
Oh, okay.
It's lorazepam, similar to Valium, but I'll take three mgs of that. And so usually my wife will wake me up, and I'm like sitting there drooling. I mean, that's usually how I get off the plane. I just liked it.
Now on a plane like when we did that show, did the kids come too?
No, they stayed home on that one, because I just didn't. My thing is I didn't want to worry and stress about them because that's my main thing, and I still do that now. I always want to know, where my kids are. I'm, OCD, and so I just want to make sure, they're completely content and safe and all that. And so I just didn't want to worry about it.
They were young, right?
Yeah, at that time they were. Let me see, that's 2011, 9 years ago. So they were 10 and 11.
So did your parents watch them?
Yeah, I had a family member. Yeah, watch them. Yeah.
That's always a stressful thing, man. Is like having kids and stuff because when you travel, that's probably now that I have him, I would only pick like a local show because I would freak out having to travel. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. That definitely changes things with traveling with everything. But they went with me like when I did in Florida and stuff like that, and so it was pretty cool. And they went with me when I did the USA as well, 2007. So I mean, it was kind of cool.
That's good. Well, yeah, I'm sure we could wrap this up and we could do a part 2 if anyone wants to. We didn't really talk too much shit, but it's funny because some of the stuff we text about, we're like, what the fuck is this?
Oh yeah, we will. Let's do a part 2, and then because we wanted to talk about, people.
Oh, why don't you enable your comments on YouTube so people could ask us what they want us to talk about?
I will do that 100%. I always have my one buddy load this for me because I don't know how to do, the computer stuff, and he doesn't turn it on. So I'll make sure he turns it on.
Yeah. Just have them enable the comments so people could, talk about or ask us what they want to hear about. But
yeah,
we should do. I'm telling you, because nobody has done this. We should do a video on peaking, how not to fuck up your views and my views on, what not to do coming into a show, the stupid fucking shit that people do that ruin their look. I think that would be very, very beneficial.
Absolutely. No, I'm more than down for that. Yeah, I mean,
look who came to visit.
Oh man, he's gotten big, dude.
He's tall, man. For his age, he's real tall.
Has he lifted the weights that I sent him yet?
That weight that you have, we have that in the front room. He likes to throw that. He likes to throw it at the dogs. Yeah, man. He's like literally like the cutest little. He gets shy.
Oh,
I couldn't ask for a better kid, man. He's so he's just so calm and relaxed, and I think it's a big time of how she raised him and how we raised him in like such a loving and non-toxic environment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you guys are very good parents, dude. I mean, enjoy every second of that age. I remember people telling me that, but it sounds like you are. I mean, because there's so much, just beautiful experiences that you'll remember forever. Birthdays and just every little thing. The conversations at that age. It's just awesome.
I'm gonna miss this age, man. I'm gonna miss it because he learns new words every day now. This is the age where he's learning something new every day. And it's that it's gonna go by because in a couple years they're going to be giving you shit, and they're not going to be so naive anymore. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but man, you got a lot of good years ahead though, man. A lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see. We'll see if he gets in the habit of liking bodybuilding or hating it.
Have him hit a flex. Have him hit a flex.
Here, flex, buddy. Hit a bicep shy.
Front double bicep.
He gets so shy when Ariella FaceTimes like my dad or her mom, and when he sees like the screen, he gets all shy. Dude, you know what's crazy funny, man? Is people listening to this will think this is funny. There's these filters on Snapchat where you could do a reverse camera, and when they see themselves as like a chipmunk or it changes their facial features, dude, they can't handle it. They freak out. It's so crazy.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, it was nice catching up, but let's do a part 2 on like peaking or something. And nobody's ever done that, dude. Everyone thinks it's like a secret or something, you know, and I'd be curious to talk to you because I had a client that worked with Hani, and Hani didn't let him use any sodium the whole prep. So,
whoa.
Yeah. So, you know, I'd be very curious, and that's not on everyone. Obviously, he uses sodium on some guys, but I guess this guy must have been such a water buffalo that he didn't want him adding any sodium.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's very rare. I mean, that's very, very rare.
One of the best conditioned guys I've ever seen hit the stage. Blue. He used Miss Dash his whole prep. Didn't touch sodium, but at least he was consistent with it. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't use sodium the whole 16 weeks. So it was fine. Now, I think the biggest issue is when somebody's doing either like a ton of sodium and then they cut it and then they don't add it back, or if they're using a little bit and then they use a ton of it.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. You just have to keep things completely consistent. You know, one of my guys this weekend's like, okay, when are we going to eat this? When are we going to take this? I was like, dude, we're not going to do anything. I was like, tomorrow morning, we're going to have some rice cakes. He's like, are you sure? And I'm like, dude, look in the mirror. Look what you look like. I was like, do you want to change that look? So, I mean, but it's a different perspective. You know, it's just the main thing is just getting shredded. Yeah.
You're right, man. When you're shredded, you can't fuck up. You can't fuck up when you're shredded. Simple as that.
Yeah.
All right, man.
But
we'll do a part 2. We can do it anytime you want. Just let me know.
All right, bro. You and the family have a good night. I'll talk to you soon.
You too.
All right. Thanks, bro. All right, bye.